So I'm here today with Heather Rizzo from Madison, Wisconsin. Heather took my AccuNect Connect workshop back in January, and I just wanted to follow up with her to get feedback on how the course has impacted her personal and professional life. So why don't you let our audience know a bit about your background and what you do?
Well, first of all, Laura, thank you so much for asking me to do this with you today. I'm really excited to have this chance to share how AccuNect has impacted my life in the last several months since taking your class. So I'm Heather Rizzo. I am the co-founder and co-creator of the Joyful Healing Playground in Madison, Wisconsin. I also have my own practice known as Return to Balance, and I have a laundry list of modalities that I play with my clients. I am a licensed massage therapist. I do intuitive body work. I am an Access Consciousness Bars practitioner, as well as a Heart IQ coach, and most recently added AccuNect practitioner to my list of credentials. But the thing that I love about all of these things is that the foundation of my work is focusing on what's ready to shift and joy rather than trying to fix something or focusing on the pain.
Absolutely. Awesome. Yeah, that's my favorite thing about AccuNect is it's really a paradigm shift in the healthcare model in terms of we're not focused on what's wrong. We're asking, I had just finished reading an interesting book, and he said, in the future, the information is available to everyone because you can just Google it. But in reality, what's really going to boil down to is who's asking the right questions. And I really think that AccuNect supports anyone who learns it and really reframing the whole healthcare aspect. So what drew you to sign up for the course? What were you looking for?
As a licensed massage therapist, I have a certain number of continuing education credits that I have to use or that I have to get every 2 years now. They've changed it recently. And I'm always looking at something that is going to interest me, something that is going to be a nice blend with my practice. And I've been doing this work for over a decade now, so I've really gotten picky about how I spend my time and what I want to bring in. And after having an AccuNect session with you and talking to you a little bit about it, I was really intrigued. And then when you told me that it got certified for CEUs, it was a no-brainer for me.
Great. So did the class meet your expectations?
Absolutely. Yeah, I've not only was the class really fun, and at the same time of learning the material, getting to have the balances done yourself. So sometimes with continuing ed, especially like a weekend long or a couple day long, I can get a little fatigued, not only from being around a lot of people because I am sensitive to other people's energy and can absorb that pretty easily. The class size was really nice. I felt that there was a lot of support from you as the instructor, and like I said, getting the balances just helped with being able to stay present to the material too. And I always, because I am a kinesthetic learner, I like to have not only the lecture material and the handouts to refer to, but to have the hands-on just helps me remember it more easily. It's like instantly in my system.
Awesome. Thank you. So I believe one of the things I don't think you've shared today, but I thought was a big driver for you was wanting to reduce your physical workload. So you want to talk to that piece a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So, like I said, I've been doing this work for over a decade. I am very humbled to say that I have a very loyal following. So I haven't been able to take new clients for my bodywork sessions in a really long time. And while I love the people that I work with, I also feel that I'm here to serve. And so this allows me to work with people differently, not only because it's not nearly as physical as the body work that I do, but because I can do it remotely. And that has been really amazing, especially like I had a client who fell and broke her hip, and it was so painful for her to be on the table that we decided to do AccuNect sessions. And her PT was amazed at how quickly her recovery went. And not only that, but when my clients get sick and they're needing that support the most, nobody wants to be face down on a massage table when, they're all congested. And but that's the time when they're needing the support the most. So now we can just switch over to the AccuNet session. So that's a way that I've been able to support my existing clientele, but it's also opened up, I feel like my income cap as well as my contribution has been released. I'm really
Awesome.
mindful about, how many sessions, how many bodywork sessions I do within a day, just to honor my own self-care needs and to practice what I preach too.
Right, right.
But we just had the open house for the Joyful Healing Playground last week. And when we were preparing for the open house and thinking about what we wanted to offer people, one of my fellow co-creators said to me, well, I sort of mentioned to someone that you'd be doing chair massage sessions, and I'm sorry that, I didn't say anything. And as she said that, I just felt this heaviness in me, like, I feel really good where my bodywork practice is, and I'm not wanting to bring more attention to that. And so I sat with that heaviness, and all of a sudden it became really clear. I'm like, I'm going to do mini AccuNeck sessions. And both the other two women that helped me create the Joyful Healing Playground, it was just an instant hit for them. They're like, yes, let's do this. And it just felt really joyful to me. And so we had 2 open houses last week, and it was amazing. This is the first time that these people were meeting me. They weren't, I say this as humbly as possible, they weren't already in love with me and the work that I do. Like, they were totally new, had no idea what AccuNet was or what I had to offer, or the heart that I bring to my practice. And so this was a totally fresh connection. And it was amazing, even with just the first balance, like the people's eyes lit up and it was like a light bulb went out, and most of the people really felt it just in the first balance. And I probably did about 3 minutes of balances. So there were a couple that I did, and it was just really, it was joyful for me. It was joyful for the people there. And I felt like in the span of our open house, I had worked with as many people or more than I work in a month with my bodywork clients. And so I got to touch that many lives, and I just went home and I felt my cup was very full that night.
Wow. That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. It's really powerful. Yeah. And some of your regular bodywork clients have started asking for AccuNet. Isn't that right?
Yeah, some of them are calling me to actually switch over to the AccuNet sessions, which I never anticipated or expected. It was a really pleasant surprise. But not only that, one of the things that you suggested that was just a really easy, beautiful way to integrate this into my work. When we were talking in January about how to roll this into my practice, because that's some of the problems I've had with other continuing ed classes that I've had, is how to bring it in to my practice and expose people to something new when they want to come in and they want to get their intuitive bodywork session. So you had suggested shortly after I took the training with you in January that I just do a single balance with people before their bodywork session, just so they can get a taste of it. And so I ran that as sort of like a special in February, and people were just shocked. It's with that single balance, it's like a laser. It's just getting right to the heart of what's ready to shift. And my clients felt it. They're like, I don't have words. It just feels like this. It's just like the energy just settles. And so after February, I'm like, why would I not do a single balance before every bodywork session? So now I do that. It's not something extra I charge for or anything like that. It's part of the session now, because it just creates a really beautiful foundation for the other work that I do. And it allows people to settle in more deeply, more quickly. So we're not dealing so much with that surface tension and stress when they first walk into the door. So it's just, AccuNet has exceeded my expectations.
Yes.
And it's only been 6 months.
Yeah, I'm sitting grinning from ear to ear, just enjoying how much you've enjoyed it and been able to integrate
Yeah.
it into your practice. Um, I think also you were able to integrate it right away because it's so easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think that's another really important piece that I love about AccuNect is healing doesn't have to be hard, and it really opens people's minds uh, to the possibilities when they can see shifts with, like you said, with even just a single balance. So
Yeah. And I think I had texted you really excitedly after this 1 week where I had this mix of AccuNext sessions. This was a couple months ago, of AccuNext sessions and bodywork sessions and some of the other coaching support that I do, and just how joyful it felt to my body to not have the majority of my sessions be the more intensive work of the intuitive body work.
right.
So yeah, I'm excited. I'm gearing up. Like I said, with the open house last night, it was a big promotion of the AccuNet and just exposing people to it. And I've got a lot of follow up I need to do this week of people who are wanting to know more and schedule sessions. So I'm just like over the moon right now.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you for that. And I guess before we go, I would just like you to add, if you're open to it, how it's also impacted your personal life. Because I believe didn't your husband get in a bike accident or something?
Yeah,
I remember something happening. I don't actually remember, but
he got into a bike accident and cracked up his helmet. Thankfully, he was wearing it, and he was having some headaches. And so I said, he doesn't always like to be my guinea pig, but I said,
yeah, I understand that.
Will you let me just, and I try not to be his therapist or coach, as far as our relationship is concerned, but it was just really hard to watch what he was going through. And I said, will you let me just do an AccuNext session on him? And must have worked because I didn't hear anything about headaches the next day or a couple of days. And not only that, but my daughter, who turned 6 last month, we got her a big girl bike a couple of months ago, and she had some pretty gnarly crashes. She has 3 really major crashes, and
Oh, wow.
but she's so tenacious. She's just like, dust it off, get back on. I'm like, oh, I want some of that, kid. And I did some balances on her, and she just got back up on the bike. And so, yeah. And when she's feeling a little off, she'll come up to me, Mom. She's like, do the magic tap on me. And I even caught her like doing muscle checking the other day. I'm like, Izzy, what are you doing? She's like, it helps me feel more calm.
Oh,
So,
that's adorable. That's adorable.
yeah, like kids don't have this filter that we have as adults,
Right.
and I've even done it on my dog. Like he was having some digestive stuff going on, and I did it on him. And so,
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I really appreciate you sharing the personal piece, because even though this course does offer CEs for 16
Mm-hmm.
CEs for massage therapists, any massage therapists out there listening for this, it is just a great course for anyone. I learned it as a mom and then just thought it was too good not to share, so continued it to the professional level. And I'm very happy that you can address both pieces so that people have a full appreciation for what's really available to them. So thank you for your time today. Is there anything you'd like to add before we close?
Well, I wanted to share that I not only took the CEU professional level AccuNet course, but at the same time, I took the self-care
Yes.
course and the emergency KISS procedure as well. And I do the self-care protocol almost every single morning. I at least do the first balance before I even get out of bed. And then after, so I don't always have time in the morning for the full 5 to 10 minutes of the self-care before everybody else is up. But I notice a huge difference. Like I'm trying to get rid of the phrase that I'm not a morning person, but I prefer evenings. I do prefer evenings. And but this just helps me. Like I can tell when I haven't done at least the brain balance, because I'll just be irritable and a little scattered, and then I'm like, ooh, I didn't do my balance, and I'll do it, and it's amazing.
Yeah, I love the self-care workshop, and that's a great entry point. It's just a half-day workshop, 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
For massage therapists, it offers 3 CEs, but it's a great class for anybody. And my personal favorite is KISS, which is basically energetic first aid, and
Mm-hmm.
I think it's awesome. And I always joke around with people, don't leave home without it. Of course, once you know it, you always have it with you, and that's what I
Yeah.
think is really so amazing. You don't have to do anything special.
And I just want to say one more thing. If there is there time to say one
Sure.
more thing?
Yeah.
So as a mom, I feel like I have this tool in my toolbox that is always with me, and there's just something really that brings me peace of mind and is empowering about that.
Yeah, I agree. My kids are grown, and I still get calls from, so the girls are still in college, the boys have graduated, but Mom, can you do a session? And I've been a mom at heart for my whole life, so I still love being able to be the mom, even from far away. And I love that, they feel confident they can call on me anytime for that support. It feels really good. Wow. Well, thank you. I really
Yeah,
appreciate
my
your time and
pleasure.
meeting me online today for this interview. And I look forward to getting comments as people view this video. And I hope to see some of you in my class. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Laura.